Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chapin, spokesperson for the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. Today, I want to discuss the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza and how GHF continues to be the only organization reliably delivering aid at scale. The GHF team shows up every single day with one mission and one mission only: to feed people, not to take sides, not to take credit, just to save lives. Since launching operations, we've delivered more than 91 million meals via 1.5 million boxes safely and directly to Palestinian civilians in need. We've built a secure and effective distribution model that works, and we're working to scale it to reach even more people faster. This is hard work. It's dangerous work, but it's the right work. And it's an honor to serve alongside our Palestinian partners, our US colleagues, and our international allies to make sure food doesn't become a casualty of politics. That said, we all know the humanitarian crisis in Gaza didn't begin yesterday, and it won't be solved tomorrow. The root cause of the incidents we're seeing isn't aggression or violence for its own sake. It's desperation. People are hungry. People are scared. And when there's uncertainty about when or where the next meal will come, that desperation boils over. The solution to desperation is not withdrawal or delay. The solution is more aid. It's more trucks crossing borders. It's more distribution points closer to where people live so that families don't have to walk miles to get to us. And when you speak with anyone who wants us to stop delivering aid, anyone who is advocating for less aid into Gaza, I recommend extreme skepticism. I want to brief you on my visit yesterday to Gaza. I once again saw with my own eyes UN and other aid organization trucks laden with badly needed aid sitting, cooking, rotting in the sun at Kerem Shalom in Gaza. I saw flour strewn about the side of the road. Some packages were fresh and sealed and could be feeding hundreds, if not thousands, of Palestinians, as well as opened and spoiled ones. Right now, according to Kogat, there are hundreds of fully loaded trucks carrying thousands of tons of food sitting idle inside Gaza. The food is here. The people are starving, and yet it is not moving. We're talking about flour, like I just mentioned, rice that's been untouched for 90 days, and medicine that's already expired. We have repeatedly offered to deliver it for free. Let me repeat that. GHF is prepared and ready to deliver the UN aid or any aid organization to the starving Palestinian people today for free. We can provide trucks, or we can provide drivers to move this aid and feed people. We could provide security. There is no excuse for this aid to sit there while people are starving right now in Gaza. It's unexcusable. The UN and its agencies say they are being blocked by access and security restrictions, but this is not an access problem. It's a capacity problem. It's an execution problem, and it's a leadership problem. More than 400 UN-run distribution points remain closed. Kitchens are idle. Trucks aren't moving. And while the IDF says there is no limit on the amount of aid that can enter Gaza, it's increasingly difficult to get more in because it's overflowing on the Gazan side as the UN fails to pick it up and distribute it. Meanwhile, GHF has successfully delivered over 91 million meals in 2 months. We've launched a community distribution pilot program to reduce chaos and crowding. We've created secure humanitarian corridors that are open and functioning. And while we don't pretend to be perfect, we are actually delivering food safely, directly, and at scale. And yet, instead of being met with collaboration, we've been met with condemnation, more focused on saving face than saving lives. These public attacks on GHF are not only false, they are dangerous. They erode trust in the humanitarian system and deflect from the real failures that are costing lives. We are not here to replace anyone. GHF was not created to solve this problem alone, and we cannot solve this problem alone. We're here to work together to feed people. This week, we made a public offer to the United Nations. We said we are prepared to adjust our supply chains, to work with them, to organize the packaging and transport and distribute aid to those in need. Additionally, we are willing and able to help distribute aid that is already inside Gaza, but has been abandoned and left to rot by the UN. Or we can work hand in hand with them to provide adequate security, or even drivers, to help ensure food reaches its intended destination. We are ready and able to start today. We received Undersecretary General Fletcher's response letter yesterday, and our executive chairman, Johnny Moore, just sent out a response letter today stating that we believe there's a way forward that adheres to our shared humanitarian values and conditions. We look forward to meeting with them. I would also point out that the UN has worked with organizations just like ours in other places, Haiti, Congo, Sudan, Bosnia. This is the only place in the world they refuse. Why is that? The humanitarian sector doesn't need more summits or talking points. It needs solutions, and it needed them yesterday. This is a moment for humility. It's a moment for unity. It's a moment for the United Nations and the entire humanitarian community to step up, not step back. Let's stop pretending there's only one way to deliver aid in Gaza. Let's stop letting organizational ego dictate operational decisions. The old model is broken, and ours is working, and we're offering it up to everyone. The answer is more aid, not less. And I very strongly urge everyone to be extremely skeptical of anyone advocating for less aid to Gazans. Additionally, as many of you are aware, Hamas continues to try and disrupt our aid distribution sites. Yesterday, a rocket was directed toward STS-3. Luckily, no one was injured. We see this as part of a pattern of Hamas attacks against GHF, killing our local workers, throwing grenades at American personnel, agitating crowds, and placing bounties on anyone affiliated with us. They seem to be willing to do anything they can to stop us from disrupting their monopoly on aid. But our mission is too important, and we will continue feeding the people of Gaza. And let's talk a little bit more about Hamas. Like many of you, we've seen harrowing videos on social media this week, including an alleged video of Hamas stripping aid recipients naked, and another purportedly of Hamas feasting in tunnels, while above ground, Palestinian civilians are starving. We hear over and over in reporting that there is no evidence of Hamas profiteering off of aid, but there is evidence everywhere. Just this week, the Washington Post reported on how Hamas financed its operations through the seizure of humanitarian goods, according to Gazans and current and former Israeli and foreign officials. They reported that plainclothes Hamas personnel routinely took inventory of the goods at the Rafah crossing, surveyed warehouses and markets, and threatened local merchants with death if they didn't pay fees. We urge the media to report on Hamas's actions. Lastly, our distributions so far today include 9 truckloads of aid at SDS-2 in the Saudi neighborhood and another 9 truckloads at SDS-3 in Khan Yunis. We will have additional aid distribution later today, and we'll send a full report once it's complete. Thank you,